Crawford's a little guy, you know. He's coming up 2 divisions to fight Canelo Alvarez, and you think he's gonna go toe-to-toe with Canelo? Come on, man, you know. Terence Crawford's a great fighter, really good fighter, but that's too much weight for him.
That Crawford is going to fight Canelo, because even if I have some doubts and misgivings about the size matchup, it is 2 action fighters who like to fight aggressively at times, not all the times, going against each other, and we'll see who can open the other person's tuna can.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that.
As the biggest fight in boxing draws near, experts have shared their final predictions for Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. Jose Benvdz Sr., father and trainer of top super middleweight contender David Benvdz, expressed doubts about Crawford moving up in weight to face Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion. He called it a dangerous mismatch, pointing out that Crawford is naturally smaller and likely won't be able to withstand Canelo's powerful and fast punches.
Little guy, you know, he's coming up 2 divisions to fight Canelo Alvarez, and you think he's gonna go toe-to-toe with Canelo? Come on, man, you know, Terence Crawford's a great fighter, really good fighter, but that's too much weight for him. So he's gonna try to survive and move around and try to win the round. That's what's gonna happen. I think Canelo at the stage right now, his legs are not the same, you know, the body's not responding the same. So I think he's gonna have problems trying to catch Terence Crawford, to be honest with you. And I think it's gonna be the same fight.
I think it will be competitive, even though Benvdz Sr. believes the size difference is too significant. He expects Crawford to spend most of the fight on the back foot, moving, dodging, and trying to steal rounds rather than fully engaging. He also questioned whether Canelo still has the same speed and sharpness he once had, noting that the Mexican star's body isn't responding like before. Still, despite these doubts, Benvdz Sr. doesn't see the fight turning into a full-on war.
I'm hoping that, you know, it's a little bit exciting, because I heard that Canelo was the worst fight ever on pay-per-view to throw the less punches in history. So we're hoping to see a great fight, a good fight, but that matchup is not a matchup to be excited.
In contrast to Jose Benvdz' prediction, Garcia expressed strong confidence in Crawford's ability to secure the win. He believes Crawford is on a completely different level than any outsider could be. Garcia sees him train, spar, and improve every day, not just during the 35 or so fights fans have witnessed in the ring. With that first-hand insight, he trusts that Crawford's team will develop the perfect game plan for the fight.
I think Terence Crawford's going to win. Again, you said at the beginning, I'm biased because I'm a big Terence Crawford fan. So I see the fight, and I kind of see it in terms of like, okay, I think Terence has the advantage here, there, whatever. It could be the complete opposite. He could go in there and Canelo catches him with a punch and knocks him out. You know, you never know. But I do think Crawford has a skill set to be able to outbox him, to be able to move, give him a tough time and win the decision. I really think he does have the skills to be.
To beat him, Garcia believes Crawford will rely on a smart strategy, focusing on movement, sharp defense, and ring IQ, rather than staying on the back foot the entire fight. With Crawford's elite defensive skills and quick reflexes, Garcia is confident he'll be able to handle Canelo's pressure effectively. No matter the challenge, he's certain Crawford's team will have a well-prepared, intelligent game plan to take on the Mexican champion.
Size, yes, it's a big factor, but the way Canelo looked in his last fight, I think he's very comfortable now. He does whatever he has to do to win now. He doesn't really push himself the way he used to when he was younger. I think all that's going to help out Terence Crawford, and I think he's going to come out with it.
To come out with the win, Garcia also shared his own strategy for Crawford. He suggested that in a potential fight against Canelo Alvarez, Crawford should adopt a smart, balanced approach, not simply running or fighting off the back foot the entire time, as many might expect.
I mean, look, that's hard to say. I mean, they know Crawford better than I'll ever know him. They see him in the gym every day. They're gonna be able to tell him. They know what strengths he has, weaknesses and stuff. Because I mean, most of these fighters, the fans and stuff, they get to see them You know, how many fights does Terence Crawford have? 35, 38, somewhere around there. He's 35, 36, something like that. We've seen him that many times fight. They see him spar 3 times a week. They see him, so they'll be able to go into something better. I think he's going to move.
When it comes to how he'll move and box, PETA puts the focus on Crawford's trainers, especially Boac and his team, who know him better than anyone. They see him daily in the gym, watch him spar multiple times a week, and understand his strengths and weaknesses. While leaving the details to Crawford's actual team, PETA believes Crawford will rely on boxing and movement, but won't fight passively. Instead, he expects Crawford to use his elite defense to hold his ground at times, staying in the pocket more than many expect, all while using sharp lateral movement to stay elusive and avoid damage.
To be on his back foot as much as most people think. I think he'll be able to just stand in the pocket a little bit. He's got such good defense that he'll be able to stay there a little bit longer, just use his lateral movement and stuff. But again, he's got a great team, man. Womack and those guys, they got some of the best fighters and stuff.
On the other hand, legendary Hall of Famer Ray Leonard offered powerful words of encouragement for Terence Crawford ahead of his huge showdown with Canelo Alvarez. While Leonard acknowledges that Canelo is the bigger man and size can be a major obstacle, he fired up fans by reminding everyone that size isn't everything in boxing. Drawing from his own legendary career, Leonard emphasized that smart strategy and ring intelligence can overcome even the toughest physical disadvantages. In other words, regardless of the weight difference, there's always a way to win if you fight smart. With a legend like Leonard backing him, Crawford's mindset heading into the fight just got a serious boost. This isn't just a battle of fists. It's a chess match where brains and skill can tip the scales.
What about Crawford, do you think, can bridge the weight gap? Or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terence.
That's true. But you know what? There's always a way. Put it that there's always a way. There's always a way.
Meanwhile, boxer Tmo Lopez didn't hesitate to share his honest take on the potential super fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, and he kept it real. Lopez is backing
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yeah.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should try test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital.
What stood out most, however, was Lopez's deep respect for Crawford's heart. He recalled a moment when Crawford, clearly hurt and backed against the ropes, didn't give up. Instead, he fought through the pain with the kind of grit that defines true greatness. That moment stayed with Lopez, who summed it up perfectly. Crawford doesn't just fight with his fists. He fights with an unshakable will.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yeah.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should try test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out until that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. Black and brown is how you get down.
In Lopez's eyes, it's that warrior mentality, the refusal to break no matter the challenge, that gives Crawford a real shot, even against a giant like Canelo. Skill is the key, and that's what makes legends. Meanwhile, Corin Davis, who has had the rare experience of sparring both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, offered a raw and honest take on the potential mega fight, and he's clearly torn. Davis made it clear he's not trying to stir up controversy by leaning slightly toward Canelo. He isn't saying Crawford can't win or that it won't be a competitive, high-level fight. In fact, he stressed that if anyone can pull off the upset, it's Crawford. Davis's pick of Canelo isn't based on confidence, but on a gut feeling. When pushed to choose, he's not willing to put money on the fight because both fighters are just that good.
I hate that people, when I say that Canelo's gonna win, they go crazy. Like I'm saying something crazy, depending on what side of what you think is going to happen, I'm not saying that Canelo's going to blow Crawford out, and I'm not saying it's not going to be a great fight. I believe it. I believe it is. And when I say that Canelo can win, I'm not saying that Crawford you're not going to be able to pull it off. If anybody can do it, it'd be Crawford. I'm not saying that it's not a competitive fight.